What's happening? It's your boy OG Parker checking in, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
OG Parker. All I need is your body on me.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. We right back at it, y'all. We got the one and only OG Parker jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's going on, family?
Man, everything great, man. This is so long overdue, bro. You know what I'm saying? For you to come on the porch, man, and, you know, chop it up with us and share your story.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Been a long time coming, man. You've been putting in work for a minute, bro.
Long time coming, brother.
Yeah,
long
for
time.
real.
Yeah.
So first of all, I gotta ask you, bro. How does a young man get the name OG?
Nah, it's funny. We were just talking about this. So it really came from the collective with OG Maco. So like everybody in the collective just called themselves like OG whatever. Cause like I had another, my previous producer name was Pretty Word Parker. And I was like, that shit's not gonna work.
Can't do that.
So then when I met Maco, I was like, you know, I'm gonna just change it to OG Parker.
Yeah. Word. Nah, that's what's up. And then it's funny because then you got cat like Pretty Boy Tank who, you know what I'm saying, like push that narrative out. I'm sure then you happy that you actually changed your name so it wouldn't be multiple, you know what I'm saying, folks like with that name.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like how's a bunch of rappers with Lil in front of their name or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word. So man, you an Atlanta native, born and raised.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, bro. What would you say is your favorite like aspect about being an AT alien?
I think the best part about that is that like everybody knows everybody. So you know what I'm saying? Like I went to this high school, I know somebody who went to this high school. So like we all kind of like came together. So like I feel like same thing with like going to Georgia State. I feel like one of the best things was I met this person and like now I got a camera guy, now I got a videographer, now this person does PR, now this person does that. So it's kind of like being in Atlanta, we're like this big family.
Word, that's what's up. So it's like a huge network, like, cause like you said, everybody, you know, you doing your thing, and then once we reach a certain level, now we just basically sharing game and resources. Yeah,
Exactly.
Now that's what's up, that's what's up. The music scene here, you know, has changed, you know, so much just over the years, but I think the constant that has remained has been sort of, you know, like the fact that Atlanta artists and producers will collab and will come together. Now, it ain't sweet here. Everybody ain't best friends like how people outside of Atlanta think it is. But there is, like you said, like there is a family vibe, you know, saying down here.
Nah, for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their problems, you know what I'm saying, with somebody or something, but like essentially like everybody's like one big family and we all kind of like, you know, work together. Yeah,
word. Now that's what's up, man. So just to you know, track back into your story, man, and really get to know who you are, bro. Like, can you tell us about your upbringing, like here in Atlanta?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Atlanta. My grandfather taught piano and music at Morehouse College. So he actually like made me pick an instrument and that kind of got me into making music, and he taught me piano. And you know, I was in the band, marching band, and it's kind of just something that's just like a part of my life now.
Wow, nah, that's what's up, man. So from that, did you evolve into like, do you play other instruments as well? And then like, how'd you like really tap into like the musicianship of it?
Yeah, I would probably say piano is probably my main instrument, but I'm learning to play guitar right now.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Nah, that's what's up. So, you know, growing up, what was the family dynamic like? Siblings, you know, both parents in the home?
Yeah, so I have one brother, and both my parents are in my home, and my dad is like a tech guru.
Okay.
And my mom was actually an actress and a dancer.
Okay.
She danced for Alvin Ailey. So, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of just like a creative household, and then I had the juxtaposition of like my dad being a tech guy. Yeah. So I feel like that's where I grew the love for like computers and stuff. Oh, for sure, for sure. And for you, like, did you automatically gravitate to music and tech, or were you into sports also? Like, what was your influence? I would say mainly music. I played sports though. I played like basketball and soccer in high school. Yeah. But music has always been like, you know, what I was hyper focused on. Okay, okay. And then at what point did you first actually tap into, you know, producing, or is that how you started, or did you start out as a rapper first, or what? Nah, so actually, like, I think my sophomore year of high school, my homie had FL Studio on a flash drive, and he was like, bro, just download it, like, bro, you can make beats and stuff, like. So he just gave it to me, and I put it on my computer, And I feel like, I don't know if I've been like 3 days without opening FL Studios since then, since 2010.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. I mean, and that repetition, you know what I'm saying, just make you so much better anyway. So you going in there every single day and rocking with it. But you know, it's interesting though, man, because I did see something where you were talking about, you know, having balance. And you were saying that like on some days or on most days, you might only do like maybe 2 beats a day or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, sometimes I'll just cook up 5 beats in a day, or I might let the homies come over and we'll cook up. But like some days I'll just play the game.
Yeah.
I'm a big gamer, so like, I might just play Call of Duty and Fortnite or something all day.
Word, word. And does that sort of help you to just stay tapped into your creativity and not like, you know, like almost like burn yourself, you know what I'm saying, from doing too much?
Yeah, I feel like if you just make music all day, you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna keep making the same chord progressions. Like you're just gonna like, it's not gonna come out the right way. I feel like you gotta take a break. Like sometimes I'll go on a date with my girl and like, you know, hang with the homies. Like sometimes you gotta like, you know, just take a break.
Yeah, word. No, I can dig it, man. When would you say you jumped off the porch?
I jumped off the porch at a young age.
All right.
I've been outside.
Yeah, no, I can dig that, man. I can dig
for
that.
a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's interesting too, because what I've noticed too is that like, it seems like a lot of people in Atlanta, like you kind of gain independence early, you know what I mean, for whatever reasons. But honestly, I mean, you know what I mean, and, you know, depending on like some of these environments that we've grown up in, and not just talking about negative type of environment, or not just talking about just being like in like the trap, but, you know, just regardless, just culturally, you know what I mean, just how we move as a people, like you outside, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be at your cousin's house over here, you might be over at, you know what I mean, like you're gonna be over at your grandmama's house over here.
I was selling candy in high school. I've been trying to get it for a minute, you know what I'm saying, like I was one of those kids in middle school, like I would go to the store with my parents, get a whole bunch of candy and sell it. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying, I've always been a hustler, so I've always been trying to get it.
Word, word. And on the production tip, when would you say was like the first time that you actually knew that this was something real that you were doing?
I always knew I had the potential, but when I dropped out of Georgia State, I was just working every single day, just cooking up. And I think probably like when I started working with OG Maco and them, and like he was fucking with my beats and stuff like that, Johnny Cinco and all them. Yeah. I think that's when I realized like, okay, this could actually be something. Word,
nah, for sure. Cause I mean, that's how I first ever was put onto you, was, you know what I'm saying, from Johnny Cinco, like, you know, hearing y'all on so many different joints, and then your stuff with OG Maco and, you know what I'm saying, furthermore. But what was that like in those early times? Because it was so many like dope artists, you know, coming up who, I mean, we see now are, you know, some of the mainstays, like, you know, here in the city and all that, and just for the culture. But what was the energy like during that time?
Well, it was crazy. I always be telling people, like, I used to like spend the night at QC, so like I would just stay up there until like I had to beg my parents to come pick me up. I didn't even have a car. Yeah. So I used to stay up there 2-3 days at a time, no shower, didn't brush my teeth, nothing. So it was like, I used to be there one day, Cinco pull up, and then the next day, Offset and PB Longway would pull up. They playing dice in the side room. Then Quavo pull up. Then Jose Guapo pull up. Then it was just like, we were like this big ass family, and like we just making music. And anytime somebody needed beats, I was just like, oh, I got you. Pull out my laptop, play them. Yeah. So it was just like, I honestly, like, I miss it.
Because it's almost like that, almost like a camaraderie or something like that, like from that time. And you know, it's interesting because it's almost like, you know how like early on in the grind, you with your partners and y'all might not have all the money in the world, you know what I mean? Like y'all might even be putting money together to get meals and to do whatever, but like those times be some of the most fulfilling times that you look at when you've reached that success. And you know, so I can feel you when you say like, I missed that time, because those were the times where, you know what I mean, like you were making moves and even sacrifices where you may not have known like what they were going to lead to, but then when they led to greatness, it made that moment so much better.
Yeah, like getting the $10 pizza box with my homies, like, you know, going 5 and 5, like those are memories you never forget. Now it's like, now these niggas, the Offset and them, they fucking buy private jets and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's completely different. Like, so it's like, I think it was a little funner when we was all just like trying to get it. Not saying that niggas not trying to still get it.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
sure,
of course
for
we
sure.
still grinding, but like back then it was just like a different hunger. I feel like we always just in the QC studio just.
Nah, for sure. And you just hit it on the head when you said the word hunger. That's what it is. It's that different type of hunger during that time. Because I mean, when your stomach really growling and every move you making is truly to hopefully stop the growl. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you gonna go out and do everything. Your brain might hit a whole nother frequency that you didn't even know that you could hit because of, you know what I mean? Like just pushing through that to get to what you want, man. Now that's what's up. And then I remember too, just like hearing you all through the Wish Me Well 2 album. That was, you know, like there were a lot of songs on there. Letter from Lucci that you did, Talk That Shit. You know what I mean, you've really tapped into so many different artists, whether it's been Cinco, Lucci, or, you know what I'm saying, like you said, QC, or, you know what I mean, Jose Pablo Juan, you know what I mean, Johnny Cinco, like, so it's you know what I mean, it's crazy. What has that been like, you know, being able to just work with such a diverse range of artists? Because, you know, that's also a dope thing too. A lot of people kind of get stuck and sort of being like just in one clique or just, you know what I mean, working within one camp. But you've been able to maneuver just all over and not necessarily be locked in, even being signed to QC.
Yes, I would say like that's a big part of just networking. So like, I feel like what I realized, like working with so many Atlanta artists, being a QC, I was like, I need to like go to LA and go to Miami and work with these people and work with this producer and do this and collab with this person. So that's when I went to LA, and that's when I started meeting like Chris Brown, Party Next Door, like the other artists to like diversify my sound. Because I didn't want to just get stuck and just making like Atlanta trap music, because I love R&B, I love EDM, I love pop music. Like I wanted to be able to make everything. Word.
And at what point did you make the decision to brand yourself and really step out there more?
I always knew I wanted to brand myself as a producer. Like I always looked up to people like the Mustards and, you know, just people that had a big brand, Pharrell, Timbaland, like, you know, the producers that didn't want to just sit in the studio and just make beats all day. Like they wanted to be in the music video. They wanted to be outside. Like I feel like I'm more that type of person. Okay.
Word. No, that's what's up, man. So going back to like the, you know, the QC days, like, do you have any like, any like funny stories or even just something that just stuck with you, like from when you were working like with OG Maco or any of those guys over at QC?
Man, there's so many funny stories, from playing basketball with niggas and fucking when OG Maco made my tag when we were working with Zaytoven, or one time I was playing beats for Quavo and stuff, and like Lil Baby and Cardi B and everybody was in the studio, and I had just did Wildin' Out, so I had a Wildin' Out shirt on, and then I was playing beats and they wasn't fucking with them, and Lil Baby was like, "Oh, you wildin' out for real?" And the whole studio started laughing. Like there's just certain moments that I just be remembering, that, like, you know what I'm saying, like special to me.
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. When you look and, you know, you see like these different highlights and these accolades, you know, 50 million records sold, Grammy Award winning, you know, things like that, like, how does that make you feel, bro? You know, knowing like where you came from and I mean, and you're still growing and still building, but to, you know, have amassed, you know, this success, you know, in your career so far.
It's surreal sometimes. Like, you know, I'll look around my house and see all the plaques and I'll be like, man, I don't ever think I would have believed it. Like if somebody would have told me when I was in the 8th grade, like, oh nah, you gonna be working with all these artists, I probably wouldn't have believed it.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. What keeps you grounded? How are you able to stay with the ambition to keep working as if you haven't gotten all of these accolades?
I think it's my love for music. Like I actually love music, like with all my heart. Like that's like the most important thing to me. Like that's all I care about. Like I've always been the dude that like just, I was in band, marching band, symphonic band, concert band, jazz band. Like I always just was like I just always love music, and I feel like that's just something that keeps me going.
Word. No, that's what's up, man. You've also stepped into, you know, producing commercials and things like that. How does one go about doing that? Is that something where you just already made a song and then it gets picked up, or is it something where you're specifically working like with an agency to create like this Doritos campaign or this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it really depends. Like my publishers, shout out to Ashley Calhoun, you know what I'm saying, that's my sister. She'll put me on sync plays and stuff like that, or like Meg reached out to me and she was like, yo, flip this, I'm doing a Doritos campaign for Flamin' Hotties. So that's when I just made the beat.
Yeah, word. And then you also produced the theme song for the LA Rams that has Wiz and Ty Dolla $ign on it.
Yeah, so that was just me in the studio with Ty. We just made a song, and then he just happened to just use that concept, and then the Rams just happened to make it to the Super Bowl that year.
Wow.
It was like divine timing.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, to see, I'm sure, like to see this commercial with your song playing on it, you know, all throughout. You know what I mean? Was it throughout the playoffs or just during the Super Bowl? Like,
I think they waited it for them to win to drop it, and then after they won, they dropped it because it's like we're the champions.
Okay. Now I can dig that. So then you've also you did a collab project with DDG. Like, how did that come about? Because I think that people would almost, that sort of seemed like something that like people wouldn't have expected, you know, for you to do. But then, you know, it was actually a really dope concept, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like, my manager, Melita, she set up a session with DDG.
Okay.
So we made a song called Meet Me in the Lobby. And then we kind of just stayed connected. And then I was like, bro, like, what if we just did a tape? And then we just did a tape, and it just like the time we did a tape, it was just like the songs, just like this song with Coil Away went viral, and like it kind of just kept building. And then now we working on D4R2.
Oh, word, okay.
Yeah,
no, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And then I see that you also collab with other producers as well. Is that something that, you know, like for our audience, for upcoming producers, things like that, is that like a new concept, or have producers always been, you know, collabing? Because I hear of producers where like they may get like, you know, other people to play different instruments and things like that and come in collectively. But when I see, you know, you and like other producers, you know, collabing and just seeing that within the culture, it's always dope and interesting, you know what I mean? Because you get like a collision of two different sounds, you know?
Yeah, so I feel like back in the day, like with like Quincy Jones and stuff, like when he was producing for like Michael Jackson, I feel like they would bring in instrumentalists, that's what you mean, like, you know what I'm saying? They would bring in string players and pianists and guitarists. Now I feel like it's like, I feel like it went from that to like you had Pharrell and Chad Hugo, the Neptunes, you know what I'm saying? So they were like a undeniable bond. They made some of our favorite songs. That's kind of like how I approach music as well. So like sometimes I made a lot of stuff by myself, and then like I'll make stuff with the homies. Like I feel like collaboration is the key to success in anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like an NBA player can't win a championship without a team. You know what I'm saying? LeBron can't do it by himself. I feel like collaboration is like the key to success always.
Got you. Would you say that, because I heard some of your conversations on other platforms where you were breaking down I think like loop makers and things like that. Would you say that like that almost is comparable to how we were just talking about Quincy Jones? Like are like the loop makers and then some of these other specialists like in this day and age kind of that to what Quincy Jones and them were?
Yeah, I could say you could compare a loop maker to an instrumentalist, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if they do like a guitar loop, it's like the same thing as having a guitar player come to the studio.
Right. We don't want to disrespect a real musician, but at the same time, just in comparison and just to make people understand. You know?
Music's just so different now, you know what I'm saying? You can get loops off Splice and Looperman and all these websites and like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so different now. Back then, like you had to make everything from scratch.
Yeah, nah, for real. Man, how do you feel when you go on YouTube and you see OG Parker type beats? You know, and it's thousands of them, you know what I mean? So many of them, you know, on there.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love to see it. I love to hear what people perceive my sound as.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I'd be like, that does not sound like something I make. But sometimes I'd be like, oh, this is fire.
Yeah. Word. No, that's what's up. And I know that has to be just like, I mean, it's just a testament to, you know, what you've been doing and, you know what I mean? So you just recently dropped the EP called Moments. Can you talk about that and like what inspired you to drop that?
Yeah, so that's something I've been working on for a minute. So a lot of these songs have been out, and then some of them are new. And basically, like, I just feel like every song ties to a moment. Like, anytime you hear a song, an old song, you're like, oh, I remember where I was when I heard this song, or what was going on, or when I dated this girl, or when I was doing this. So I was just like, I'm gonna call it moments, because I want each song to like tie to a moment in somebody's life.
Wow. And so when doing this, because there's a nice variety of artists on here too. So it's not just one type of sound. Purposely done that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So like my producer collective is called Neutral.
Okay.
So like I pride myself in like trying to do every genre. So like with my album, I wanted to keep the same sentiment, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I could do the trap, the R&B, the pop, you know what I'm saying, everything.
Yeah, nah, absolutely. The song with Chris Brown and Lotto, The Rain Down, like that song go crazy.
I appreciate it.
And then I know I saw the From the Block with Yung Bleu.
Yeah, that was fire. We just did that the other day. Shout out to my boy Terrence.
Yes, sir.
You know, he was there for sure.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Can you talk about that song and like what it was like working with Yung Bleu?
Oh yeah, so like basically me and Blue just been locked in. Like we've been making so much music. I just went to Miami with him and we went crazy. We made like 5 songs. Like we just got a really good musical connection. Like we like the exact same sounds and stuff. So like he tells me exactly what he's looking for, and we just been going crazy. Like I'm excited for everybody to hear what we've been cooking up.
Word. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. You produced one of the like most iconic songs, I feel like, you know, over like the past probably 10 years or so. But this Migos Walk It Like I Talk It, like it's so influential. You know what I mean? What was it like, you know, seeing that song get so much like national praise and so many, you know, looks just, you know, from the mainstream, just, you know what I mean? What was that like, just seeing that?
Now it was crazy. I remember I was in the studio with Quavo and I walked in and he was like, I'm about to make you a millionaire. And I was like, why you say that? He was like, you gonna see? And then like 2 weeks later, they called me. They were like, bro, we just shot the video. It's Migos, Drake, da-da-da, like it's about to come out. And I was just in my studio and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh man, it's crazy. So like, since that moment, just to see everything that happened, it's just amazing, bro.
Yeah, and it's over 6 times platinum now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, like I said, you seeing it and hearing it everywhere. I mean, it was crazy on TikTok, like just all over the place. Almost, let me ask you this. I mean, I probably know the answer to this, but like, do you ever, you know, with having so much success on some of these songs, do you ever get tired? Have you had a song where you like, man, all right, like, I love this and thank you, but y'all burning this too, but.
Hell no, I want to hear it every time.
That's real.
I love it,
yeah, that's real, because that means that you get to keep going out to that mailbox.
Right, exactly, I need every dollar.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. The song with Lola Brooke, Big Frida, that Bend It Over, like that song has had like a lot of impact too, and like with the infusion of like your sound, but then also with that New Orleans bounce sound. What was that process like making that, or you know what I mean, what was that vibe like?
Yeah, so I made that with my brother S. So we were just cooking up and stuff. So then Lola got on it, and then Lola had the idea. She was like, make it like, put like that New Orleans stuff in it, like let's make it like bounce. Yeah. So we did that. And then we sent it to Boogie, and then Boogie heard it, and he was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm about to get on it. So that's how that whole process happened.
Wow, no, that's dope, man. And you have to be open, and you can't be scared to experiment with different sounds and different things like that to make some magic like that, you know, come out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some other songs really rock with that you produce, Camp and Fetty Wap. Yeah, that 100 joint. Like,
that was my first song on radio. Yeah, so like when that came out, when I heard, that was the first time I ever heard my beat on the radio.
Wow.
And I just was like, oh, this is crazy. Like I fucking called my parents and everything. I was like, yo, listen, it's on the radio right now. Like,
yeah, it's like, yo, I made it. Like everything I've been telling y'all, like this sacrifice, like this was it.
No, facts.
Word, that's what's up. Babyface Ray and Pusha T, they song.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Chip. Me and Chip are actually doing an album. It's coming soon. So that actually was supposed to go on the album, but then Babyface was like, nah, I need it. So he took it, but we got some other vibes that are crazy too.
Yeah. Word. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Do you have a favorite song that you've produced, you know, over the years?
I think my favorite song is Slippery by the Migos.
Yeah, man. Migos and Gucci Mane. Yeah, bro. That's one of my favorites too. Yeah. I love that joint.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for real. That's funny because I had that on my list as one of the songs to ask you about too. But then you know, talking about just, you know, jumping from genres. I mean, Jasmine Sullivan and Ari Lennox on it. Like that's a really dope song and a really dope vibe for them. You know what I mean? And then you won a Grammy for that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the first beats in 3/4 I ever did. So it's like a different tempo. So, you know, shout out to my brother Ziria, shout out to Cardiac.
And then Pills and Automobiles, Chris Brown, Yo Gotti, A Boogie with a Hoodie. That's another one that went crazy.
Yeah, so I actually sent that beat to Chris Brown. Homie hit me. He was like, shout out to my brother Bobby Love, by the way. So he hit me. He was like, yo, I'm in New York with Chris. We in the studio. He needs some beats. So I actually sent it to Chris Brown, homie, and they got on like 5 beats. And then like a week later, he hit me. He was like, bro, you got Chris' next single. He just put like Gotti and like A Boogie and shit on it. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even believe it. Like, until I seen, like, when it came out, I was just like, oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's dope, man. It's, you know, those dope surprises, like where, you know what I mean, like you doing something and you're not even expecting for, you know, certain people to like get on them records. I know that has to like hit even, you know, further because, I mean, bro, like it could be easy to just kind of be like, nah, I ain't gonna sing, bro, nothing. You know what I mean? Or to just kind of put that off to the side because it's not the star. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like leads me into my next question I want to ask you too. How do you, you know, keep that balance and, you know, work with artists that are, you know, on the come up or artists that you have a passion to work with, but then your phone blowing up and every label's calling you and got checks and all of that. How do you keep that balance to, you know, work on the things that fulfill you, but then also, you know, go and get your bag and do what you know, need to do?
No, it's a real key to all the upcoming producers. You got to work with everybody. You can't be like, oh, well, he ain't known yet, or like, oh, he don't got a budget. Like, I've given away so many free beats. Like, I don't even care for real. Like, it's all about just working. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see Metro, he built with all these artists because he wasn't asking them for a whole bunch of money. Right. He was just building with 21. He ain't know 21 Savage. He met him, he saw the potential and was working with him and built it up with him. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to really, when you believe in something, you just got to put that work in. Right.
No, that's what's up, man. No, that's so true because, like you said, you never know who's going to be the next one. You know what I mean? And, you know, you don't want to be just a star chaser, you know what I mean? And, you know, miss out on, like, the other dope opportunities and the dope magic that you could have made, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. What would you say is one of the biggest life lessons that you've learned?
I would probably say everything's not going to go your way. You're going to have arguments with people with this business, like in terms of like be getting paid for beats or percentages on beats. But I think if you just keep God first and just stay focused, like I think everything works its way out.
Right. No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And do you have any practices that you do to, you know, keep your head above water, to, you know, keep yourself in a positive mindset just to keep the vibrations high?
Yeah, for sure. You got to pray every day. And then also I think a big important thing is who you surround yourself with. I surround myself with grounded people that, you know what I'm saying, that really care about me and family. Yeah. Like trying to like clout chase and hang out with people that don't even really give a fuck about you. Yeah. That's the worst thing to do.
Yeah, no, that's real, because you get caught up in situations where, you know what I mean, you like, damn, like you get caught slipping, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, no, for real, for real. What's some other things that you're working on, bro? What else you got coming up?
So right now, I'm really just trying to keep pushing this EP. I'm working on a lot of people's albums right now and stuff. And then top of next year, I'm gonna start working on my next album. So that's something I'm really like looking forward to locking in on. Okay,
word, dope. And from the Moments EP, what's like the next music video? What's like some of the next stuff that's gonna be coming?
I think I might try to do a video with Tyga and Lakia in person.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing it, you know what I'm saying, keep everything going.
That's what's up, man. Shout out Lakia, man. Milwaukee all day.
For sure.
Yes, sir. No, that's what's up. Yeah, that's right, because you had produced a couple joints on her project too, I remember.
I did Poppin' with Gucci Mane.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was hard. So, bro, can you tell me more about your label, Neutral Records, and you know the direction that you're going in with that?
Yeah, so right now, I got about 8 producers, you know what I'm saying? We're like a family. We produce a lot of stuff together. Got a lot of stuff on the way. I got an artist named Amani. She's super dope. Go check out her EP. It just dropped. And we're kind of just like a family. We just like work together every day and just try to like make each other better and just keep working.
Word. In the beginning, was it only producer signed? Did you have artists signed in the beginning, or was that something new that came?
That's something new that came. So it was originally just producers. Like I was like a producer label, like 808 Mafia.
Okay, got you. Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You got any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
Yeah, shout out to my management team, Melita, Stefan. Shout out to Neutral Records. And you know, please go check out that Moments EP. It's a movie. Trust me, you ain't gonna waste your time.
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. Yo, appreciate you pulling up, man. Jumping off the porch with us. Our boy OG Parker.
Come on, family. You feel me?
OG Parker. All I need is your body on me.